host, Sharita.
And I'm your host, Al Williams Reveal here. And we want to thank you for tuning in and giving all the love. Let's get started with a new episode. Hey y'all, hey, what's going on? Welcome to Convos with Al. What's up?
Hey everybody.
If you listen to us on our podcast, we appreciate you for listening. Check us out on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, on every podcasting platform you can check us out on. And if you're watching us today, you're watching us live on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all those things. YouTube, what are y'all doing? Click the like button, subscribe to the show. I mean, do that thing. If you're on Facebook, you can like. You can also share us on Facebook, y'all. And Instagram, if you ain't seen us before, hey, we right here. Yeah. Reed, how you doing, girl? What's going on? What's the tea?
What's the tea? Not much tea over here. My cup is a little dry.
Girl, me too. I've been on my little water fast because I've been so dried out. We're not sponsoring you though.
Yeah, I'm finna get on this kick because time is going by way too fast and summer is about to be around the corner.
It's coming around the mountain when it comes.
And I got so much work I need to do.
Oh,
so
girl.
That's gonna be my mode.
That's your
yes, I'm on a good little diet.
Okay.
And working out, hitting the gym.
Okay.
So I got to get summertime fine for my
summertime fine.
Gotta look cute.
I'm
I already
for it.
pre-picking out some of my outfits I want, so I gotta get them.
Yes, and we gotta go somewhere this time. Cause we said it every year. We haven't been on a trip together yet.
Yeah.
For me though, girl, let me tell you something. I feel like, and I think this is gonna be our episode right here. I feel like we're living on live, like we're living a live TV episode. Like we're on episode, like we're almost at the mid-season finale. You know how you be at the mid-season finale, like the whole collapsing of a bridge, the whole military coming to Diddy house, the entire fact that we are literally sitting in the chaos of a president with over 80 charges.
And close to war.
And a war, because we are still watching Palestine and Israel.
Like
it's a lot going on. It's just a lot. So I just, on top of that, it's just a lot. But anyway, I'm doing okay, child. I hope y'all are doing great conversationalists. Let us know how you're doing. If you're watching us live, put it in the chat right here in the comments. Tell us how you're doing. What's going on with you? What has been the conversation for you lately? Because are you feeling like you're living in this crazy, abundant live TV show that we're watching? Because I'm watching something that I have never seen before, and I'm like, what is going on? But I'm so appreciative just to be living and just to be present. I'm working and, trying to get this house stuff in order, trying to get this work life in order. Y'all, it's a lot going on in these streets. So
too much
going on in these streets, child. But anyway, let's get on into the show, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's get
tell us what's been going on in these streets.
Yes, in these streets. So, I got these juicy hot topics for us, these juicy topics. So let's talk about some things that are going in the streets. So the first person I'm going to talk about, I was going to start with Diddy because that's the hot topic of the day. But let's go to the father of the issues that have been going on, which I would say that's Russell V. Simmons. Do you remember Russell Simmons from the 90s?
How do you forget about him?
Russell Simmons' child is a mess.
Fat Farm.
Fat Farm, honey. Fat Farm, FUBU. I mean, he was all in the mix between that. If you don't know who Russell Simmons is, you should know him from the 90s. He was definitely pivotal. He was married to Kimora Lee Simmons. She was also a mom. Baby Fat. We used to rock that with that little cat on the thing. I mean, I didn't.
I still got a pair of Baby Fat pants. I was cleaning up my closet. And I still got a pair of Baby Fat pants.
Hey,
they
Kimora Lee.
Cargo capris.
I mean, Kimora, if you watching this show right now.
But no, she it's back out again. But I don't see people rocking
Me
it.
either.
But she came back out with it because if you look it up, people,
it's definitely a whole line of clothing. I think she did a whole fashion week.
I said I was gonna go get me a shirt.
Her daughters are definitely popping in the fashion world too. Yeah, that was cute. I loved them back in the day. And I love the whole movement of having all these different lines because that was at the time where we had a variety of fashion lines. We had our own fashion show. It was just a bomb. You have to be living in that time.
You was wearing Baby Fat, apple bottom, house
yes, it was just so many nuances of different. Yes, FUBU was it back then. People had the little shoes that matched the FUBU. Oh, it was a mess. We were a mess. Anyway, Russell Simmons, we're talking about you. So if you don't know who Russell Simmons is, well, that's who he is. He's currently in a lot of trouble. So allegedly, if you didn't know, Russell Simmons was married to Kimora Lee Simmons where they got divorced. And Kimora Lee and him went to separate and marry other people. But allegedly, the reason why they got divorced was because he was having sexual relations with other people outside of the marriage. And those people that he was having sexual relations with, so it happened to be his co-workers and colleagues, people that he was allegedly promising to get finances and money too, and also different positions and jobs, because he's the CEO of his brand, and so he was promising these alleged victims financial freedom and positions in his company. Well, unfortunately, Russell Simmons. So yeah, they had a defamation charge against him, basically saying that he was lying. We were not trying to extort him for positions. He was actually raping and abusing us, and said he was going to give us these positions. And anyway, and I wanted to bring this up first because it's going to be very important when I get to Diddy. Okay, so he went to Bali and he created his own company in Bali called the Bali Wellness and Health Center that he has out there, and it's like G Health and Wellness Center in Bali, okay? So he has his whole center. He left the country and he's over there doing his thing, y'all. While he's over there doing his thing, why did they serve him in Bali? You have been served.
Wow.
They got him. That's how they got him. Now, do you think Russell Simmons is going to come back and take the lawsuit and go to court? Probably not, because if you were smart, I wouldn't even touch the soil of the United States of America.
Is it an extra... What it is, extradition state?
Yeah, because I
think... can they bring him back?
I don't think they can bring him back because he's in that country for that particular reason. I think he went to that particular country because they can't come pick him up. They can't. The reason, the difference between them serving him is just they acknowledge that he knows that he has a court case here in America. But I don't think they can actually go serve. I mean, they can't go pick him up and say, "Hey, sir, you're coming back to America to serve these times," because they're not a connected country. But Russell, you tell us about it. Come on to the show.
You did something though, because
girl, tell us what you did.
You went to Bali and you live in.
Yeah, allegedly. Like, what did you do? Like, did you rape the women?
You did something.
They're looking for some coin. They looking for a coin.
Something
happened. Tell us about it. Oh, so let's go into Diddy. I know you guys want to know what's going on with Diddy. We all want to know, where is Diddy? Like, what is going on? Like, why did the military come raid his home? Because I'm saying the military because it was the federal government. The feds literally came to Diddy's home and raided the entire home, guys.
Oh, not Club Love.
Mr. Love. They came for you. They gave you all the love they can give you. It's just so many speculations going out and alleged things going on. I just want to make sure I get all the things that are not really true. Okay, the first thing that was alleged that came out is that he fled the country because he's running, kind of doing like the Russell Simmons thing. That is not true. He was spotted in Miami during the time of the raid. They did not arrest anyone. That was alleged that everybody got arrested. People were in handcuffs. It's true, but it was not no one going to the jailhouse, getting arrested, being like how Donald Trump is, and he has a mugshot. You won't find Diddy's mugshots. You won't sign.
When they go to keep you, you got to stay away.
They want you to stay out of the property. They don't want you to try to tamper with evidence or anything they're looking for. So they kind of put everybody in zip ties. They kind of arrest you, put you onto the side. Sometimes if you have privilege and you don't look as dark as we do, sometimes they might just say, "Hey, can you guys go stand over there and wait till we finish this process?" Kind of like how they did Donald Trump. You remember when they raided his home and they let him go and he was still doing a speech down the street and his home was getting raided down. Okay, so it's just different ways things can happen for us. But I just thought it was very strange that the military type tactic that they did to raid this man's home, as if it was people going to come out of the woodwork and it was going to be children.
Find all the women.
Yeah, like it was going to be children under the houses or something, and the people were going to come out. Like, it was just so crazy. It was so weird. I was like, girl, we living on live TV. Like, this is crazy. So I just want to mention that, like, the things that were going on with Diddy, he definitely done some things. But I just wanted to make sure that we know that one of the things that he did is that he did not flee the country. Is that he also is still here. He did not get arrested. I also want to let you know that his drug mule is a little white kid that he has. I guess his carrying drug person was arrested. Now, that is true. It also is true. Let's talk about that.
Drug mule.
So basically, artists, celebrities normally have a third-party source that either brings in a large amount of drugs from different countries, different states, different cities to kind of supply their needs. Well, this particular guy has been a runner back and forth, allegedly, for the Diddy family and the Diddy households, and he takes drugs back and forth. Well, he got arrested in the Miami airport with a large amount of drugs, which is cocaine and marijuana. And he said that he was the drug mule or the traveler, if you know what a mule is.
So he's gonna say
that's what he said. He snitched immediately. The white boy snitched so fast that they figured it out, or they already knew. I don't know if the boy snitched or not, but they knew exactly what he was, what he was doing. So, yeah. Another thing that's been alleged is Cuban Gooding Jr. is a part of the process right now, saying that he was groping one of the producers of the Love albums, and he was touching and groping them. So he's a part of this whole chaos also. If you heard about...
So that's true?
That's apparently it's in there. Now, let's make sure this is clear. We do not know the source or the reason why his house was raided. That has nothing to do with his house is raided. All these other alleged things are separate from the house raiding. His house could be raided because they might have had videos, because if you remember, his producer of the Love album also stated that it was video of him having sex with underage kids. And if you remember on our last episode, I talked about how his children were bringing other children to the home for them to be groomed and or have sex with and have fun with at these sex parties because they were young and entertaining. Well, I guess some of these people were underage. They weren't just like young boys or young girls. They were actually children. That's why I keep using the word children.
Well, so back in the day, because I'm going to say his kids is a little older now.
His
right?
kids are definitely older now.
They're
So I'm
babies.
assuming they were back in the day, and I'm sure that was 10 years ago, and I'm sure it's still in the time frame. And I think the issue that it is that he has video content. That means he has child porn. You know, it goes to a whole nother narrative, but that's alleged because we don't really technically know what happened while they are actually doing this right now, but they're just alleged. I also want to make sure that I mention too, a lot of people have been talking about how Revolt has been sold to a speculated third-party source, anonymous person. That's also false. It has not been sold just yet. It's actually in the process of being sold. It's some documentation is kind of in the works of being sold to someone that's anonymous, but as of right now, if you're watching us live right now, it has not been sold just yet. You might hear later on in the week that it's officially been sold, but Revolt hasn't been sold, and he's trying to sell it. He's trying to get rid of it.
Give his assets.
He's trying to get rid of all his assets and all those things. And also, it comes with two narratives. I think the narrative is that he's trying to sell it because he don't want his business to fold based off his name being attached. And then also he has all this drama going on, so he's also trying to get that too because he needs probably the money to liquefy to do whatever he's got to do with all these legal.
Because he's going to pay a lot of people.
He got to pay a lot of people to. I mean, it's only so many times you have to tell somebody to shut up. Like it's like it's only so many.
Well, his first mistake was when Cassie said, "Hey, I want that 30 million."
Yeah. It should have never been she should have never had a lawsuit. It should have always been, she should have always been paid. Yeah. It should have always been, she should have had a check going to her every month.
If he didn't want all this to come out.
Because it's flowing like,
started with her.
It's flowing like water. And they said it was coming anyway, but it's flowing like water.
You said no? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Allegedly, if you also been hearing this speculation of a lady giving her sources, she's actually a tarot reader. She kind of says she see things. She's been speaking and saying that she see things that are going on in the future with Diddy, and she spoke about it. And she has video, like you can literally look her videos up on YouTube. And she, like 2 or 3 months ago or whatever, she talks about how Diddy was going to be attacked during this time. I don't say attacked, but he was actually going to be outed during this time, during the Easter holiday weekend. She also speculated that Jay-Z was going to be outed.
How far?
It was a while ago. And it was a while ago. It was also crazy. She talked about Jay-Z and how he's going to be outed as well for some of the same accusations that Diddy's been outed for. And then she also speculated that Beyonce was going to be dragged into this with her livelihood and her new album coming out, which we'll talk about in a little bit later. But let's move on a little bit with Will Smith and Lil Jada Pinkett. Conversations, have you heard about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett lately? Because, you know, she came out with her book. And she, you know, her one of her assistants and one of their close friends said that he walked in on Will Smith getting plowed out by a couple of other entertainers doing some things that they were doing, and they said they were gonna sue that man. And I ain't heard a lawsuit from that man since. I ain't even heard Jay-Z. Ooh, you must be talking about me, Jay-Z. You talking about me? No, I'm just playing.
Jay-Z getting them defamation papers together for you. Slandering his name.
I'm just saying, that's what the lady said. I'm just allegedly.
I'll put Al Williams on the list.
Anyway, so Will Smith, basically, Will Smith and Jada have been having a hard time with their charity. They have a wellness and health charity as well out in LA. Well, their charity has been completely shut down due to the lack of donations. They haven't been getting any donations. Bless you. But they haven't been getting any lack of donations at all. So it's just crazy that that they're going through that due to the slap at the Oscars. He hasn't got any donations to his charity since then. It's kind of sad because I'm sure they were helping people in the community, you know, doing what they do best. But they had to shut that whole charity down. Share what you think.
Shut it down, shit, because
it's over now.
It's over.
It
pretty much only because people sick of Jada.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
And then we sick of both. Like, yeah, we know family coming together, blah blah blah. But it's just at this point, it's like y'all giving fakeness.
Definitely doing that.
We don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't ask you, what do you think about Diddy? Like, girl, what you think about Miss Diddy with all the drama he got going on?
He's definitely over. Diddy era is gone.
What y'all think about Diddy and Will Smith?
He can't make no comeback from this. I'm pretty sure a lot of what they said, because I know the news was saying trafficking, all this.
Oh, yes. They were giving
So I'm like, he done a lot, because like people saying, if you notice, nobody's coming out to back him, defend him, nothing. Everybody's quiet, or they adding to the story. Because I'm pretty sure, like, when a person, especially, I hate to say it, when we get stuff, we don't know how to act when we in that position of little power. We don't do the right things. And I'm sorry, but I don't believe Diddy was a nice person.
Oh, man. Oh, Diddy.
I think he did probably the majority of what they said he did.
Oh,
and if you knew he was doing all of that, you should have paid that woman when she said. You should have
paid that woman when it was time to pay that woman. You should have wrote that check. Let's talk about Miss Beyonce. Miss Beyonce, you know I gotta keep her in my news regimen. Miss Beyonce has an Act 2 coming out, you guys. I'm sure you know about it. It's our country album. It's her Act 2. She says she's going to take over the music industry because you got to respect the black culture.
Really not, though.
And she's doing a really good job.
No, she's not. Y'all need y'all beehives to stop lying.
I think she's doing a good job.
I need y'all beehives to stop lying.
Well, we're going to go based off the numbers.
I heard one of her songs, and I promise you, it didn't even sound like a country song. You just put country music in the background.
Okay.
And you could put...
And she made it... But it's number one.
She didn't make it only because of y'all.
Well, thank you. And we thank you. We thank you. Because
Beyonce
in the Beehive,
we're going to sell out because of y'all. But to be honest...
But it helped other black artists that are musically inclined in the country realm to come out. I love that too.
They was already coming out.
Well, no, they were never on the charts.
Known.
They were never made on the charts though. So they've been out. So this is the thing. Beyonce is very much of movement. So if you kind of notice when she did the Renaissance, a lot of the popular gay artists that were out, you kind of heard of them. You kind of heard that Drake's come out with his very pop house music. And you heard different artists come out with different house music, and they were making it on the charts, following behind the Beyonce thing, because it's like, oh, it falls in the place of that. The same kind of concept that she's doing with the country. Country music is not something that black people didn't start. We started the country genre. It's the fact that we were never charted on the country genre, and we were never invited to the country music awards because we create country music. So one thing that she did for that movement is by her spotlighting country music and also being on the country spectrum, it also made people look at other black artists in the country genre, which has made those artists jump on the charts. They have never been on the charts before. We have like 4 or 5 black artists on the charts that have never charted in their life. Ever. And they've been doing music in the country genre for years, some of them a decade. And they've been singing and haven't been invited to the CMAs neither. And some of them are now getting invited.
Unless your mama was this color. Because I have seen one on there.
That's mixed.
That brown, what's his name?
Yeah.
Starts with a K. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, and that's the same boy. I think it's the same one that got in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Is he got in trouble too?
Kane. Is this Kane? But he got some pretty good music. But
is he the one that's in trouble though? He got in trouble for like he's dating a white woman, right? I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kane. He married to a white woman.
He married a white woman. He cheated on that white woman or something. I'm gonna have a story for you. I'm gonna have a story for you about Kane next time we watch. I like his music too, and I think it's the same guy. And if it's not the same guy, I'm gonna apologize to you next week. Allegedly, Kane, because you ain't gonna sue me. But yeah, Beyonce got a new album. It's coming out on the 29th of March. It's a country genre. She's gonna be at the concert with me, Chad. Don't let her play y'all.
With my cowboy hat.
With her cowboy on, she's gonna be cute. Baby, beat that
I'm not gonna lie and be like, this is jamming when it's not.
Baby, we're going to keep her at number 1. Don't let Rita fool y'all, honey. Let's move on to, because she's trying us Beehive. She's gonna be right there. Portia, Simon, Portia, it's your turn. Hey, y'all, over here, right here. Allegedly, Portia had a gunman come to her house. And let me tell you how this all started, y'all. A gunman, child. She said, I'm trying to tell you something. Well, she did tell Simon something. So Simon and her are divorcing. If you don't remember, on February the 22nd, to the date. I know the date exactly. She announced that she was filing for divorce. Well, this was after her most recent announcement of her coming back to Housewives of Atlanta. Congratulations, Portia, on going back to Housewives of Atlanta, and congratulations, Portia, on allegedly having a full storyline for the Housewives of Atlanta.
That's exactly, because it's fall right into place.
It's fall right into place, so happy at the same time. And it also falls in place for someone that wants to be on TV so freaking bad. Simon wanted to be on TV so bad. He was trying to do it with Fallon, so now he's transitioned where he's going to do it with Portia, and I think Portia's playing right into that because Portia is about her coin, okay? This is just me, my opinion. I don't think they're really getting divorced. I think it's all TV storyline driven. And the reason I feel that way is because all this stuff is just too much. Like, you have a gunman going to the house, and I'm sure this all gonna be on Housewives. You have gunmen going to the house, your mama and them being rude while y'all going in and back and forth into the house while y'all into it. He flying to Dubai, changing the locks on the house. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. Why do we know about it? Like, go have a divorce in private.
He probably got an ironclad prenup.
But from what I've been told,
take him out so I get it all, and I ain't got to worry about that prenup.
So let me tell you what I've learned. Portia announced that she don't want him to change the prenup. He's been known to change his prenups in the past. If you don't know, he was announced that he can't get citizenship here. If you were watching the episode last time we were on, we talked about how he couldn't get citizenship because he had so many fraudulent and federal and felonies in his name due to some crimes that he committed while being here in America. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, they haven't extradited him.
I bet he got one of them scam centers.
Yeah, he definitely got those scam centers. If you haven't seen Beekeeper, Chad, you should watch it.
Did you ever watch it?
I definitely watched it, and it's definitely worth the watch. So I definitely just gotta let you know, like, Beekeeper is it. But anyway, back to Simon and back to Portia. So Portia basically divorcing Simon. Simon decided that since you're getting divorced and you're traveling doing all these things, I'm gonna change the locks on you. Because you know how it is when you get divorced. If you leave the property and you leave the home and they change the locks, you the person that owns the home. So of course decide what that person has at home. Well, Portia said, allegedly, let me come back with my gunman and get my access to my house. But before she got the access to the house, she knows the doors was locked. She said, let me get this man to come up in here and change some stuff up. She got the gunman and changed it up. Well, Simon went on social media and said, oh my gosh, she has a gunman here. I don't know why she has a gunman here. I'm so scared for my life.
Why you didn't call the police?
Why you didn't call the police? Why are we hearing about it on the news? Why'd you call Hollywood Unlocked and TMZ but not call 911?
Exactly.
Well, anyway, he announced he's doing a restraining order against Portia because he's scared for his life. He don't know what to do with himself because Portia
He changed that prenup.
He's trying to scam out that money. Because I'm sure in her prenup, it was like, you stay with me for 12 months, because they say literally 12 months. It was no longer 12 months. I'm sure he'll give you $1 million, $3 million, $5 million, whatever million he's gonna give her. He probably promised her a certain amount, and she stayed just enough to get that coin. And she probably like, okay, now I'm over it. I'm done with you, and da da da. So you know how that goes. Watch this Rocky stuff show up on Housewives of Atlanta, and watch I say 6 months from now, I told you so.
Baby daddy. I think that's because when she had that reality show,
remember that. He was on that.
Mm-hmm. And he was on there. You could tell she really loved that baby daddy. Mm-hmm. But she was pretending like you didn't love Simon.
It was never about Simon in the beginning, honey. It was all about entertainment.
Simon money and him
and
taking you on vacation.
And you enjoyed it, and we enjoyed watching it, Portia. Congratulations.
Because our show watched it.
We watched every minute of it, Portia. Now, I can't say I'm watching on Housewives, because, honey, if Nene ain't there, I ain't there.
I'm going to watch it, but it won't be like, I got to Sunday or whatever day come on. It'll be recorded and I'll watch it a couple days.
I have to watch it on YouTube. They have to give me I'm gonna have to be watching with Carlos King as he give us the replay, because that's the only type of play I'm gonna get on Housewives of Atlanta.
Because who own it really no more? Because Candy not on it no more.
And Candy not on it anymore. I know Sheree's definitely gonna be gone. She's already not gone. I heard Drea Sadora, whatever that girl name is, Drew Sadora gonna be gone. All them girls gonna be gone. I think it's gonna be Portia, and it's gonna be surrounded by another. Yeah, and surrounded by a lot of child. I ain't watching none of that. If it ain't Nene, I ain't in it. So let's move on around from Housewives to Don Lemon. Hey Don, hey Grub. Well, sir, I just want to say congratulations on your new show. If you're watching, you're not. But it's the Don Lemon Show. He has the Don Lemon Show out now. If you haven't, if you've been under a rock, Don Lemon was fired from CNN last year for giving them a hard time on that show. Well, they had a producer that was giving him a hard time and didn't really care for Don, and they fired Don and realized that was the worst decision they made because the ratings have been horrible since then. It's been so bad that the person that fired Don Lemon got fired. Ain't that crazy? How you get fired on your day off? But anyway, Don Lemon got fired last year and Don Lemon said, well, I'm going to recoup my millions. Well, if I talked to you, remember watching the episode last time, I told you that Don Lemon got like 24 million or 42 million, something like that. He got a lot of money, $24 million for leaving the show and out of his contract. Well, Don Lemon said, well, let me start my own show. And guess who he partnered with, girl? He partnered with Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk of Tesla. The Elon Musk that had Twitter, he bought Twitter and then changed it for X and then invited Trump back onto the platform. That same Elon Musk that don't believe that black people are relevant to the country. The same Elon Musk that created Tesla that are now running people into different buildings and different cars because they don't really operate correctly. That same Elon Musk. They partnered together. I was very terrified of that partnership, but I said, well, Don Lemon, if you want to partner, you are married to a white man, so nothing that you do surprises me. I'm just being very, very much transparent. I'm not saying I'm not for my LGBTQ ABC 1, 2, 3 community because I'm about all of that. But what I'm not going to do is lie that every person of color is married to a white person. Like, I think that is crazy. If you're in some type of like, have some type of financial like you've like made it, I guess you quote unquote, in the community as far as getting on TV, getting in the spotlight, getting a coin, and you gay, they married to a white person. I don't like it. I think that's so crazy to me.
The other dude was married to a white man. Oh.
RuPaul married to a white man. Don Lemon married to a white man. Billy Porter was married to a white man.
And then did that man leave him?
Yeah, I can keep going. Coleman, Domingo married to a white man. Like, it's kind of to the point where like none of y'all.
That's how black men do the same thing. Once they make it, get up there, they do the same thing.
It's just so weird. It's so scary. Like, you don't want to see anything of like, it's no. Anyway, that's a whole different subject. Y'all not even get into it. We'll talk about that another day. Because
somehow we black people too hard.
But Don Lemon, he linked up with Elon Musk. He didn't love Elon Musk, and that didn't work out well. He interviewed Elon Musk on his first episode, and I guess the first episode, hilarious. It went sour because I guess Don Lemon is very well educated, as you know, and Don Lemon kind of gave him the business, was like asking him questions that was very relevant to what's going on in today's time. Well, Mr. Don asked too many questions. He asked too many questions. It was just too much. And it just kind of took Elon Musk to the edge. And Elon Musk said, I'm ending this partnership with you, and I will not work with you ever again. He was very devastated.
What the hell did he ask?
It wasn't even nothing. You should go check out Don Lemon's show. It's on YouTube. It's actually on X still. He didn't move it off X, but me either. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like Don Lemon. I'm a fan of Don Lemon. I love Don. I just a very realistic. Like, why they know men of color like married to no black man? That's that shouldn't stop me from liking you. I'm just wondering. Like, I know that we all find love in our own way, but like nobody got no hands, man. That's black. Like, girl, what's going on? But anyway, girl, like, what is going on? But nonetheless, it's just crazy to me. So I just want to bring that up and let y'all know that Don Lemon is back, and his first episode was with Elon Musk, and his second episode was with Monique. Monique called out Tyler Perry, y'all. Again.
I'm so sick of her.
I'm never gonna get sick of her because if somebody owe me money, I'm gonna call your ass out. And so
how we know he owe her money?
Because she got the videos and the content and the recordings to say that he messed her bag up.
That what he said?
He said it on a recording.
How did he mess her bag up?
Because he told people that she was a bad person to work with, and he told her that he told and lied to people and told them how bad she was when he worked with her on some movies, which caused her not to get jobs on other movies because they said she was bad to work with. And because of that situation, she lost some money because people said, well, I tried to get you on contract with this particular place, but they said they couldn't have you on the lot because you're a bad person to work with. So we had to cancel your contracts and your work for you.
But I mean, I'm just saying, like, how can you just say Tyler Perry did it? Maybe, are you difficult to work with?
Well, she didn't have no other issues. And
what gigs she had?
She had a couple of gigs that he kind of messed up for her. And he apologized for messing up on those gigs, on the recording that she had. That's the reason why she was very prevalent on Shay Shay, is because Shay Shay got a chance to listen to those recordings. Just like Don Lemon listened to the recordings. And Don Lemon kind of was like, well, I'm going to call Tyler Perry myself because I feel like this is not fair. He announced he apologized for all the stuff he did and made the mistakes, but now he's not going to compensate you for the mistakes that he made. Compensate the lady for a coin. Because it's for me. I'm going to give you an example. For me, I'm from the poor streets. I have a cousin or a friend or a sister that owe me $100 right now. I'm going to remind you next week, when it's Friday, You owe me that coin.
But that's different.
I'm gonna tell you why, Diana. I'm gonna tell you why you owe me that coin. Because, girl, I gotta pay my bill that's due next week, and you didn't give me my coin on time. You said you were gonna give it to me on Friday. Now it's Tuesday. Now it's Wednesday.
No, but see, she actually owe you that coin. I'm talking about how Monique said just because Tyler told some people she bad to work with, he owe her money.
Because it wasn't true. That her being bad to work with wasn't true.
Well, apparently it was enough for them to believe it's something. She was doing
something. But it was very much so. It wasn't true that she wasn't bad to work with. It was the fact that she
looked like she difficult.
I don't think she's difficult. I think she's just a black.
She got a lot of attitude, and
I think she's just a black woman because I think this is the same thing that happened to the Eartha Kicks of our time. Like Eartha Kitt was told that she was bad to work with, and now she's a living legend, and she was never bad to work with. It was almost.
She was hard to deal with. She probably wasn't a bad person to work with. It just. I think, but too much, and that's probably Monique. But Tyler don't owe you no money.
I think Tyler owe her everything that she said he owed, and I also feel like people always try to give the benefit of the doubt to the black woman because they always feel like the black woman is angry at the black woman, but
I think she's just.
She had a legitimate argument.
The way she been going about stuff, I think
she had a legitimate argument.
I don't know. She just. We gonna disagree on this one.
It's okay. But yeah, I can believe
he owed you an apology, and that's what you got.
Yeah, and he owed her apology, and I think him apologizing.
If you're still not getting stuff for it, it might just be you at this point.
But the blessing is she's still working. She got her shows on with Cat Williams, and they making their coin. They just was in Dallas, so if you missed them in Dallas, you can catch them in Arkansas. If you missed them in Arkansas, that was just there. That's my hometown. I mean, catch them out on the streets. I didn't get the chance to go, and I had tickets. But yeah, so yeah, Monique was on Don Lemon's show talking about Tyler Perry still. Everybody is tired of talking about Tyler Perry, but somebody owed me millions of dollars. I'm talking about
he don't owe her millions.
I feel like he owe a coin. Because child, if you tell a producer that I'm hard to work with and I got a contract with this producer and that producer ends my contract because your friend tells you I'm difficult to work with, girl, give me my coin. Quit playing with my livelihood.
They probably was talking about it and then Tyler just told her, yeah,
Tyler Perry was being a gay, messy girl, allegedly, and was trying to be with Lee Daniels. He was trying to be messy with Lee Daniels, and that stuff spread like wildfire, being messy and being
this over the Lee Daniels thing.
It surpassed that because Lee Daniels didn't work with us too. That's why Lee Daniels apologized. He was like, I did lie. I was lied to. I was told not to work with you too. And it was all a lie. Girl, I got another show for you. That's how we got the reading. So I believe everything that's coming out to me, I believe it just because certain people did apologize to her in public. And the people that need to apologize, the big money makers that need to apologize, are not taking that lead step to do so, which is Oprah and Tyler Perry. Now, Oprah and Tyler Perry apologized on a phone call, but it didn't fix the effect of them saying she was a bad person to work with, because you still got to face the fact that you told people in the industry you're bad to work with. Now, you can apologize to me on the call. Thank you for the apology and all that. But the people that you told are still not working with me because you haven't gone and fixed what you lied about. And sometimes when you don't fix what you lied about, you got to go back and try to keep calling them out. You got to keep calling them out.
At some point, it's like...
You got to get tired of it?
People no, not just that. It's like somebody got to know, hey, Monique ain't really that bad. And work with her, but don't nobody want to work with her.
But if you got the two leading black people in the community that's saying that the leading black people...
She can't get no white people movies?
Well, when she was never in white people. How many black people you see in white people movies, though? When you think about it, like, how many of them working with us? You get that one Halle Berry movie.
Why she ain't go to Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart make all that.
She talked about Kevin Hart on
Kevin Hart probably ain't want to work with her.
Kevin Hart worked with her and gave her a coin. And then, after he talked to Tyler Perry and said he going to do work on his studio, then get that job. She talked about that on Shay Shay Show. Y'all should watch Shay Shay Show with Monique. It was cute.
We don't know what Monique did to Tyler. I need to know me, I'm very much I'm very much I need to hear the full phone call, not just the bits and edited pieces you want us to hear.
I like that. Hear that. I like that. But yeah, so you should definitely check it out. You should definitely check it out.
You no money though.
She don't believe Tyler owes no money, Shay. I'm okay with it. So our next person that we're gonna talk about after Miss Monique, we're gonna talk about Mr. Chizump. Now, I know we're going to talk about this in I Got Something to Say segment, so I'm not going to spend long on Trump. But just know Trump got a discount, y'all. He got one of the biggest discounts I've ever witnessed in my life. And we're going to talk about that after our conversationalist question and after our movie talk. We're going to get into I Got Something to Say, and we're going to talk about Mr. Dunn. But yeah, girl, that's my little hot topics for today, girl. Conversations, what y'all think? Did y'all like the hot topics? Was they worth your time? Did they give you everything you needed? I hope so. Oh gosh. So Reed, what you got for us on our conversationalist time on this afternoon, on this evening? What's the tea?
Okay, so what I got is too long to sit up here and read and go through all that. So I took some points out. It's a letter we got.
Okay.
And I wrote some points out, and we're just gonna kind of give her advice going through that way.
Okay, so I'm for that. So before we get into this conversationalist, if you're listening, remember you can always write, DM us, you can text us, you can chat with us. Anytime, let us know what you want to talk to us about. If you have some advice that you want to get from us, just reach out to us. You can actually say it in the comments, or you can send us a video. If you send us a video, we can put you live on our show, and we can kind of answer your questions live for you while you're on the show. Yeah. So let's get into it, girl. Tell us what's going on with this one. What's up?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the breakdown of it.
Okay.
And then see how we can
help her out.
So basically, it is her and her husband was married for like 30 years. They had 2 kids.
Okay.
After 30 years, the husband said no more and left.
Oh, like just up and left out of the blue.
Up and left.
Okay.
I don't think it was out of the blue, but she puts it's out of the blue.
Okay.
Out the blue, he up and leaves her with the 2 kids.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to get a letter from the divorce. You have to, it's the whole process. So out the blue can be very, very much misleading, but I understand what you're saying.
Right. Well, they didn't get a divorce right then. Then he just up and left, so they were separated.
Oh, okay.
He got a new woman. So yeah. So of course she's going through all the emotions where she's angry, she's bitter. Well, how did he leave me? But at the end of the, think about it, she keeps saying that he left her and her kids, but her kids are grown. They're 19.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he waited till they was of age where he left.
Okay. So he kept the family home intact till they were grown.
Yes.
Okay.
So she has a real big problem with social media. She's always on social media, kind of like stalking, seeing what's going on with the family because she was close with the family. But now the new woman's come in, and she finally, like towards the end of the letter, let you know it's been like 2 and almost 3 years since they've been separated.
Okay.
She just signed the divorce papers about 4 months ago.
Okay, so it's fresh for her. Okay.
So she's just at the point she wants to move on with life, but she doesn't know where to start.
Oh,
how does she get to the point? Because she's so angry and bitter still. But she wants to move on and get her happiness back. And then you can tell from letter she's lost all her self-love from herself. Like she thinks she was blaming herself for everything.
Ooh.
So it's deep.
This is deep. Hey, girl, if you're listening, if you're watching, let's help you out. I'm going to give you a little bit of my advice, what I would say do. I have not been married for 30 years, nor have I had children and been left, okay? So I can't give you the advice on that premise. But what I can say is some things to do for self-love and to take care of self. First, get you a good therapist. That's going to be your first step. Get you a good therapist to talk these things through, understand what you're going through. Make sure you understand exactly what you're going through. Make sure you know what's good for you. Because at the end of the day, he's gone. At the end of the day, your children are gone. You're going through this, what we call loneliness, where you're very much alone. You don't have anyone there to really rely on. You're probably giving all your stories to your coworkers, your friends, your colleagues, all these people in your life, and you're trying to really get some advice from a variety of people. You should start your source at a therapist. That's the first one, okay? Second, start dating. Now, don't go crazy and start going out on physical dates with people.
No.
Don't give her advice.
Dating is she's not ready for that.
You're not ready for that?
No.
Now, I'm going to tell you why I give you this advice. And I'm sure you're going to give you her advice, but I'm going to tell you why I'm giving you this advice. Now, I'm not going to say go out on a date with a person where you have to go physically sit. But in this new generation of time, you've been married for 30 years. So when you were married back in 30 years ago, you were probably going out on physical dates. You asked the old person to go, you asked the old person to go out on an old school date, and then they go on a date and you take you out. Well, this new in time, you can go on dates virtually, meaning that you can actually go online and see what people are like. Swipe through some photos, go on Facebook dating, just swipe and find people that you can communicate and connect with. Don't ever physically meet them in person until you're ready to do that. Get your therapist first. Do the dating second. And it doesn't have to be physical dating. Do the virtual finding some people that you're compatible with. Figure out what compatibleness means to you. What it's like to be compatible with people. Okay? Because you're not having to go on physical dates to actually enjoy people's time. Conversation is great. Okay? Number 3. This is my last and third advice for you. Prayer. meditation, workout, wellness, all those things are important. You're going to need all those physical things to really make it important. And the reason why that's going to be important is because, girl, okay, this is just Al right here, okay, giving you 101. You need that yoga, meditation, and all that time because you're trying to get flexible, ma'am. It's time to spread your wings. It's time to let that man let you know what it's doing and what you can do, girl. You need to be prepared for the next and not what you used to be, okay? Don't think about what you used to be going through, what's going on. Prepare for the next. Start thinking about what's going on next or what's best for you. How you can find love for you again. That loneliness will take you out. Find that happiness within you so that you can do that. And I think those 3 key factors are going to help you. Not saying you got to go on a date and start getting yourself out, giving your punani away and nothing like that. But I definitely would say it's time to find people that are compatible with you, who you are right now. Isn't people out there that are getting divorced just like you? Isn't people out there that had 2 kids that are grown just like you? And having those people that you're compatible with will let you know if they're really for you or not for you and what you like and what you don't like. But I agree with Sharita when she said going on a physical date with somebody, don't do that because you're going to start bringing too many soul ties into you. Yeah. But conversation is okay.
Well, so the reason why I say dating she don't even even think about that part is because I feel like she's too already like broken to even do that. And then she goes to somebody else, all she's doing is going to take all the baggage she has and cling to somebody else. And it could just be anybody else that give her time of day, whether it's the right person or wrong person. And to what she doesn't know what her self-worth is right now. Jeez. So it's like she may be attracted to what she just had. So she's going to bring back that same energy back to her, and it's not going to help build her nothing.
That's true.
So for me, my advice would just work on yourself first.
Ooh, that
therapist and get your self-love back.
We got one down.
The yoga, the Pilates, all of that good stuff to get your mind, your body, all that soul, together. Mental. Work on you. Because you're not mentally ready for nothing in the dating world.
That part.
Because you're too stuck on what's going on now.
Yep.
So until she gets over that, gets past that, she's not going to be no good for nobody. Not even her boys, to be honest. So that would be my first advice.
Okay.
Therapy, work on yourself.
Okay.
And then once you make steps into that and you start finding yourself, who you are, because she's got to know who she is. Think about it. You with someone for 30 years. You really don't know yourself no more in this new world. All you know is mom, wife. That's it. Because you probably didn't do too much. From what she said, she really didn't have an outside life.
That was it.
Her friends was their friends. So she don't know herself outside of that relationship. So she's got to get to know all of that all over again. Yeah. And,
I like that.
So that's going to be what she has to do.
Okay.
And then unplug from social media. Stay off of it because it's going to tempt you to go and see what he's doing. He's going on trips with the new girl. You're going to see all of this. And you don't need to see that because that's just taking you back. Everything is setting you back. Family, his family. Like, I understand you want to keep contact with their family because it's like she's not really close with her family. So she always had his family. But his family is a reminder of what all of that was. So you need to remove yourself from that as well. You can still kind of keep in contact with, the in-laws if you want to, because they're at the older age and they're grandparents. So yes, but I just want to fully invest myself into being in that role. I'm their daughter-in-law.
They come over when they come over with the grandkids, and when the kids are there, I agree.
Yeah, so.
Good luck, girl.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot.
But you really got to work on yourself first before you could do anything. Girl, that's your first step. So once you take that first step,
move on to the next step. Because when you work on yourself, you're going to remove yourself from social media anyway. You're going to naturally start taking care of your love, your life, your self-love, all that.
And then you'll know when different men come into your life, he ain't the one. Then you'll be swiping real quick. Yeah,
compatibility. See, I gave you some good advice, girl. I did it. Okay, y'all. Are y'all ready to talk about some TV shows? Because we need to talk about some TV shows and conversations. Don't forget to send us some letters and stuff. We can give you some advice too. So we get, I like that. That was cute. So let's talk about some movies and TV shows, some things you should be probably streaming on your network. You should be talking about, should be listening to, be watching. First thing first, if you haven't seen Quiet on the Set, the documentary of things what's happening to the kids on the set of Nickelodeon, you should be watching it.
What is that on?
It's on TNT. It's on Hulu. It's on a lot of variety of networks. Definitely go look up Quiet on the Set. So let me give you a little premise. It's basically giving you a background. If you're from the 90s and the 80s, you definitely know what Nickelodeon is. It tells you about how Nick Jr. and Nickelodeon had all these TV shows we used to watch growing up, right? Like All That, and like Hannah Montana, and like Amanda Show. It was just like a variety of shows, right? Well, they actually broke down what were happening on the set to the kids while they were being either groomed, either raped, or either abused, or either just a variety of things. And the parents were literally present, allowing it to happen because money is a virtue. And they thought that they can get the money they needed to happen. But it was a few parents that were of color that was like, you ain't doing this to my kid. It's not going to happen. And they were sent home, or they weren't invited back to the next season, because they were contracted in. So it's very much giving a variety of things. Like, these people on this show should have been rated like Diddy was rated like that was crazy. Like, it's crazy.
It's sad.
Because
they were like, parents really groom their kids for stuff like
that. And then like Amanda Bynes, the story about Amanda Bynes, she didn't even speak on the show. You don't see her, you don't hear from her. She actually spoke about how she's not going to be a part of the show. She don't like it. But you get to see video of her.
Crazy, didn't she?
She has
a lot of mental.
She has a lot of mental issues.
I shouldn't call her crazy, my bad. But she had a lot of mental illness going on.
Yeah, she had a lot of mental illness going on, and the same thing is going on with Orlando Brown. Now, makes me think about that. Really is now makes sense. If you were raped and abused, the way that he said he was raped and abused, and the way that they kind of alleged that she was raped and abused, and also allegedly possibly got pregnant while being in that process and disappearing for years. I get why you can mentally be unstable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're, if your parents are allowing you to be in a room with a grown adult by yourself for hours, and he's able to do whatever he wants to you without them being physically present, it's not okay. So definitely watch Quiet on the Set. My next show, I would definitely say you should watch. I think it's called Dira of Detroit. It's on BET Plus. It's good as.
What is that? Is that the one when the woman said she lost her boyfriend?
She lost her boyfriend. It's on BET Plus. She lost her boyfriend. It has Felicia Rashad in it. It has a couple of new actors and actresses in it. You will definitely not lose any attention on that show. My attention was grabbed from the first 15 seconds.
The previews were got.
Yes, the premise. She was dating a guy. She went on a date with a guy. They had like a little one-night stand. He disappears. And she thought that, damn, he just must have gave me like one night stand, like it was nothing. But when he originally talked to her, when they first met, you know how guys is. We so lovey-dovey, trying to get some, trying to get in it, trying to take you on a date, do all these great things. He did everything he needs to do, and he got some. Well, the next day, he was nowhere to be found. And she's like, well, dang, I guess this was really a one-night stand. He really wasn't about what he's talking about. But as she got ready for her day in work, and she's like in some type of very big type job. I don't want to say what type of job she's in. You'll find it out later. So she's in this like good lifestyle, good job, was previously married, had a fine-ass husband. You'll see who that is too on the show. And then all of a sudden, she walks outside and she sees this man's shoe, like one of his shoes, just outside of her house. So now she's like, well, dang, his shoe outside? What's going on? She become a natural investigator, and the shows come off for, it's so good. You get Felicia Rashad. It's some good people in that show. I want to give y'all other names, but I really want y'all to go watch it and see these.
Dang, I can't remember the name of it.
It's 911. I'm sure you've seen it. It's my show. It's been around for 7 seasons, but for the 6th season, they got canceled. If you remember, they got canceled off of TV, and then they came back on ABC. And ABC brought them back in with season 7. So they're on season 7 on ABC. Got bought out by ABC, and they're back. The first 2 episodes are off to a hitch. They're on a boat.
I seen the first one. I gotta watch the second
one. It just take you on a rocker. You should watch 911.
You can watch it on Hulu too.
You can definitely watch it on Hulu, or you can watch it on any streaming platform. You know how that goes. Yeah, but 911 is really, really good. Also, you should be checking out the iHeart Radio Awards. We're on iHeart Podcast, so you can listen to us on iHeart Podcast. But their award season's coming out. The award season's coming out, and you can watch them live. They're going to be honoring Beyonce, Cher, and a couple of other people they're going to be honoring on the awards. So you should definitely check that out. It'll be on streaming as well. But some movies I think y'all should definitely put in your regimen. You should go watch out Freaknik. It's cute. It gives you, like, I'm not saying that it was one of the best documentaries and like that, because it wasn't. It
takes you back to that time. Yeah.
I love the history of it. What did you think about it?
I liked it. I enjoyed it, and it gave me like you learn where it actually came from,
the purpose of it,
and it takes you back to that time because we grew up pretty much in that time, so it takes you back, and then you learn like what was really the demise of the Freaknik.
Agreed. And then I like that too. And then if you also didn't get a chance to see, you should see Bad Boys. Bad Boys will be coming out later on in the year, actually maybe 2025. No. Live, June the 7th. I have the date here. June the 7th.
Coming out this year?
This year, June the 7th. And then what's so crazy about this is Tiffany Haddish is going to be added to the movie. So I don't know if they're still recording or whatever, but Tiffany Haddish is going to be a part of the movie. She be hating our black queens, y'all. Do y'all see this face she be giving on our black queens?
I'm just saying,
it be Rita. It do not
be
me.
Do with
she funny.
She might be funny.
She's entertaining. She's ghetto funny. Like she always bring you back to your roots. She could probably gonna be a bad villain, a funny, crazy villain. You know they do crazy stuff on Bad Boys.
They need to bring Gabrielle back. I need the
Gabrielle coin. I'm sure Gabrielle's trying to ask for like a coin.
They can afford it.
They can definitely afford it, but watch Bad Boys 4 June the 7th. Tiffany Haddish is gonna be in the mix, so be looking out for her. Okay.
I ain't hating on Tiffany.
She hating on Tiffany,
when
y'all.
You said Bad Boys, it just didn't.
She hating on Monique and Tiffany, the two legends.
No, I ain't hating. Monique just get on my nerves. I like stuff she do.
Like what she
just get on my nerves. All her complaining.
Okay, y'all. For our last segment, I'm not gonna hold y'all long on this last segment. This is I got something to say, y'all. You know I always got something to say about the politics and craziness because I feel like it's very important to us. Okay, so I'm gonna give it to you in 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so I got something to say gives you a black breakdown of what's going on in our culture, and I call it Blackotics. Okay. So this time we're going to talk about Trump and his discount that he received. Now, Trump received a discount, and you're like, Al, what the hell are you talking about in a discount? Well, if you remember on the last episode, Trump owed over $400 million to the city of New York for scamming and lying about how much money he actually has in his accounts. Well, he appealed it, and they lowered the price. Well, people are really alleging that the country don't know what they're doing. They're fluffing on it. He's lying too, saying they're trying to corrupt me and bankrupt me and all this stuff. Well, the $100 million that they lowered it to was because it's a bond. They want you to pay the bond. Now, normally a person don't pay. They pay a bond when they are released. Well, because he owed so much money and didn't go to jail because of privilege, he's getting the opportunity to pay a bond. Well, they lowered the bond to get him to pay this $100 million. They want all the money you got. So they actually giving him 10 more days because he had to pay this money on Monday. Like the Monday that just passed us, that Monday. He didn't pay it. He didn't pay that for $100 million. So they lowered it for him to pay it. And they're going to see if he's going to pay this, and he has 10 days to do it. If not, they have already got approval from the state and from the judges to take all of his properties and start selling his properties for assets. Selling his assets for a little coin. That's first person.
Use the campaign.
He using campaign money. Now, this is some privileged thing. Now, Republicans are crazy. They're allowing this man to use campaign coins to pay off his fines, his legal fees, and then he's able to raise money.
I'm just joking.
No, it's facts. He's able to raise money and say that this money is being raised particularly for his legal fees. This has never happened in presidential time. Matter of fact, it's never been a president that's never been indicted, so we don't know what's supposed to happen in this time. He's just making it up, and he's playing the hell out of the Republicans.
Is he even really a billionaire though?
No, that was all a lie. That's why he's being sued now. That's why he got this $400 million. They're like, since you're a billionaire, girl, paid $400 million. He couldn't pay. He couldn't afford it. So now they lowered it to $100 million because he couldn't afford it because he was lying on that too, which is going to cause a lot of people in trouble because if Trump actually falls for this and end up paying that money, a lot of other businesses are going to fall too because a lot of people are lying on their taxes saying they make this certain amount of money on their business and not really making that amount of money. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that another time. Biden forgives over $6 billion in student loans. Again, mine was forgiven, but it was before Biden. But nonetheless, if you work in like a police officer, nurse, all those things, you can check your loans. Check your loans. See if you worked in special needs or services of any type of needs. If you was an essential worker during the pandemic, you probably got your loans paid off. You should go check it out. If you have been under a rock and don't know what the Francis Scott Key Bridge is, it was knocked down by a yacht. Not a yacht, by a boat that carries like. The power went out on a boat, and it was going under the bridge, supposedly trying to get under the bridge, but the power went out on the boat, and the boat ended up hitting the bridge, and the bridge collapsed, and ended up having either 7 cars and a tractor trailer on the bridge when the bridge collapsed, okay? And then also, it was over 20 people that possibly, or allegedly 20 people that are possibly either in the water. They had to wait for the sun to rise, so they either try to get people out to even see if the people are okay.
Well, obviously, if they've been in that water, they're not okay.
They are not okay, baby. They are gone, honey. But we're praying for those families and those people that have lost their lives and or that are severely hurt.
One tragic after the next.
Another tragic after another. That's why I said, are we living? Are we literally living on live TV? Like, I'm just feel like we're living in a live TV episode. That's all I'm trying to say. That's
Truman
all I'm trying
Show.
to say. Mm-hmm.
Remember, you know that movie, The Truman Show?
Girl, that was good. Anyway, follow me on Instagram, on Snapchat, all those things. Anything you can find me is at al.williams4real. Follow me on all platforms. You can follow Reed. Where you can follow you at, Reed? Tell them where you at, girl.
You're going to find me in 2 places.
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. And where they can find me?
And you might not really catch me there.
Ooh. Sharita_Edwards or Sharita Edwards. You can find her on all those platforms. And if you want to DM us or email us, you can at convos@gmail.com. You can find us on all platforms. Listen to us, like us, and just let us know what's going on. And definitely put a comment under here. You can put a comment and rate us on our podcast platforms too. We love you guys.
That was so perfect. This is our self-love quote. Our first and last love is self-love.